A Bad Omen by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. On the first day the priest could find no heart in the beast, and two on the second day. A dark day by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The gloom that breathes upon me with these airs is like the drops which strike the traveller's brow, who knows not, darkling, if they bring him no fresh storm, or be old rain the covert bears. Abodes as o'er some harvest of new tears, or half but memory of the day whose plough sowed hunger once, the night at length in woe or prayer found vain, didst fall from out my prayers. How prickly were the groves, which yet how smooth along the hedgerows of his journey shed Epitaph's grace, till night and sleep may soothe, even as a thistledown from pathsides dead, gleaned by a girl in autumns of the youth, which one new year makes soft a marriage bed. A death parting by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Leaves and rain in the days of the year, water willow and willoway, all these fall, and my soul gives ear, and she's hence who once was here. And the wind blow night and day, I but know for secret sign, unless one in the water wide, and the hell breath of day's decline, and their face seem pressed to mine, and the wind blown day and night. O love of my death, my life is vain. Unless wave from the waterway, your cheek and mine are cold in the rain, and warm will be when we meet again. The wind blow night and day. Mists are heaved trying to cover the sky, windows wail in the warning light. Or loose your lips, leave space for a sigh. They seal my soul, I cannot die. The wind blown day and night, leaves and rain in the days of the year, water willow and willoway. All still fall and I still give ear, and she is hence and I am here, the wind blown night and day. A Foretaste by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. At length the when of my long hope was no, yet had my spirit an extreme unrest. I knew the good from better was grown best at length, I could not just as yet tell how. So I lay straight along, and thrust my brow under the heights of grass. Hours struck, a rest I knew, must be a change, but gazed not, lest the heat against my naked face, so bold for shade, should tease me mad like poisoned spice. I lay along, letting my whole self think, pressing my brow down, as the thoughts might fix. Just as the dice who holds loaded dice, sure as his cast keeps trifling with a string, he will throw, and still must taste and mix. A halfway pause by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The turn of noontide has begun, and the weak breeze the sunshine yields. There's a bell upon the fields. On the long hedge-crossed hangers run, a low-white cottage intervenes. Against the wall a blind man leans, and sways his face to have the sun. Our horses hoofs turn the road, quiet and sharp. Light half a song whose silence, being heard, seems long. The point of noon maketh a boat, it will not be at once gone through. The sky's deep colour saddens you, and the heat waits the dreamy lord. A little while by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. A little while, a little love, the hour yet bears for we and me, who have not drawn to veil to see if still our heaven be lit above. For merrily, if a day's last sigh, hast felt thy soul prolong the tone, I have heard the night wind cry and deemed its speech mine own. A little while, a little love, the scattered autumn hoards for us, whose boughs not yet ruinous, nor quite unleafed the songless grove. Only across the shaken boughs do we hear the flood tides seek the sea, and deep in both of our hearts there arose one wail for we and me. A little while, a little love, may yet be ours, who have not said the word that makes our eyes afraid to know what each is thinking of. Not yet the end, we our lips dumb, and smiles a little season yet. I'll tell thee when the end is come, how we may best forget. A match with the moon by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Weary already, very mild tonight, I walked for bed, and so to get some ease, I dodged the flying moon with smiles. Like a wisp she doubled on my sight in ponds, and caught in tree-tops like a kite, and a globe of film or licorice shone full-faced like a silly silver fish. Last like a bubble shot the vacant's height, when my road turned and got behind me, and sent my wizened shadow craning round at me and jeered, so step the measure, 1, 2, 3, and I faced on her looking innocent. Just as parting halfway down a dell, she kissed me for good night, so you'll not tell. A New Year's Burden by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Along the grass sweet airs are blown, away this day in spring. Of all the songs that ye have known, now which one shall we sing? Not that, my love, no, not this, my love, why so? Yet both were ours, but ours will come and go. The grove is all a pale frail mist, when New Year sucks the sun. Of all the kisses that we kissed, no which shall be the one. Not that one, my love, no, not this, my love. Hey ho, for all the sweets that all the winds can blow. The branches cross above our eyes, the skies are in a net. And what's the thing beneath the skies we two would most forget? Not birth, my love, no, no, not death, my love, no, no. The love once ours, and ours long hours ago. A prayer by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Lady, in thy proud eyes, there's the very look, as if a spirit we know through them were daunted with rebuke, to think that the heart of man henceforth is a reed like a reed book. Lady, in the lifted face, the solitude is sore, the true solitude follows the crowd. Will it be less or more than the words have been spoken to thee, which my heart is seeking for? Lady, canst thou not guess the words which my thoughts seek? Perhaps thou deemst them well to spurn, and better not to speak. Or thou must know my love is strong, hearing my voice so weak. Lady, go not thus, lady, give ear again. Lady, we learn from me that yet there may one thing remain which stands not in the knowledge thou hast, and in the law of man. Lady, the darkness lasteth longer, the dawn touches the skies. Many are the leagues of wilderness, till ye come where the green lies. And I often betwixt doubt and doubt, death whispers and makes wise. Thou hast not my thought dared much, for I would be the ending of darkness and the dawn of a new day to thee, and thine oaths, and the place of rest, and thy time of peace, lady. A Sea Spell by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Her lute hangs shadowed in the apple tree, where flashing fingers weave a sweet-strung spell between its chords, and as the wild notes swell, the seabird for those branches leaves the sea. But to what sound her listening ear stops she? What nether-world gulf whispers doth she hear, and answering echoes from what planisphere along the wind, along the estuary? She sinks into a spell, and when full soon her lips move, she soars into a song. What creatures of the midmost main shall throng, and for itself close to the summoning rune? He, the fated mariner, hears her cry, and up her rock, there breasted, comes to die. A Superscription by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Look at my face, my name might have been, and water cold no more to lay it farewell. Unto thine ear I hold the dead seashell, cast up her life's foam-fretted feet between. Under thine eyes the glass, where that is seen which at life's form and laughs, and where my spell is now a shaken shadow intolerable of ultimate things unuttered the frail scream. Mark me how still I am, what should there dart one moment through the soul the soft surprise of that winged peace which lulls the breath of sighs? And shalt thou see me smile, and turn apart with heart to mine ambush at the heart, sleeps with cold commemorative eyes. A Young Fir Wood by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. These little fires today are things to clasp into a giant's cap, or fence a suitor's lady's lap. For many winters, many springs, shall cherish them in strength and sap, till they be marked upon the map, a wood for wind's wanderings. All seed is in the sower's hands, and what at first was trained to spread its shelter for some single head, yea, even such fellowship of ones may hide the sunset, and the shade of its great multitude be laid upon the earth and elder sands. Adieu by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Waving, whispering trees, what do you say to the breeze, and what says the breeze to you? Mid passing souls ill at ease, moving murmuring trees, would ye ever wave an adieu? Tossing turbulent seas, winds that wrestle with these, echo heard in the shell. Mid fleeting life ill at ease, restless ravening seas, or the echo sigh a farewell? Surging sumptuous skies, for ever new surprise, clouds eternally new, as ever flake that flies, widening wandering skies for a sign, farewell adieu. Sinking suffering heart that know'st how brave thou art, souls so fain for flight, I spread your wings to depart, sad soul and sorrowing heart, adieu, farewell, good night. After the French liberation of Italy, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. As when the last of the paid joys of love has come and gone, and with a single kiss at length, and with one laugh of satiate bliss, that man a minute rests above the wearied woman, the more urged to move in those long throes of longing, till they glide, not lightlier clasp, each to the other's side, enjoy past acting, not past dreaming of. So Europe no beneficed power more lies for a little out of use, full of submissive to his lust, a loveless whore. He wakes as she sleeps, the breath falls slow and soft. Wait, the bored body holds a birth within, and harlot's child will scourge her for her sin. After the German subjection of France, 1871, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Lo, 12th year, wedding feast come round, with years for months, and love a babe newborn, out of womb's ring furnaces cast forlorn, with contagious effluence seamed and crowned. To hail this birth, what fiery tongues around hell's Pentecost, the clamour of all cries that swell, by solemn scoff to shimmers, once scornful gaunt of tumultuous sound. For now the herald's heart on a new sleeve is pranked, and her heart's lot of yesterday, spurned from her bed, whose warm spun silk so lay such fretwork as that other worm can weave, takes in his ears vanish the world's last yell, and in his flesh the closing teeth of hell. Afterwards, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. She opened her moist crimson lips to sing, and from her throat that is so wide and full, the notes leaped like a fountain. A smooth lull was o'er my heart, as when a viol string having been broken, the first musical ring once over, all rest is but a dull crude dissonance, however twist and pull with sundered fragments. A most very thing it is within the perished heart to seek pain, and not find it but a clinging pall, like sleep upon the mind. The merced plan of life encomes, and grief it is not weak, because it has no tears. Lies all in all, was certainly at end when this began. Alas, so long, but Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Ah, dear one, who were young so long, it seemed that youth would never go, for skies and trees forever in song and water and singing flow, and the days we never again shall know. Alas, so long. Ah, then was it all spring weather, nay, but we were young and together. Ah, dear one, I've been out so long, it seems that ages aloft apart, for days and years have never a song, and oh, have they still the art that warm the pulse of heart to heart? Alas, so long. Ah, then was it all spring weather, nay, but we were young and together. Ah, dear one, you've been dead so long, how long until we meet again, where hours may never lose their song, nor flowers forget the rain. In glad moonlight, but never shall when. Alas, so long. Ah, shall it be when spring weather, and ah, shall we be young together? Almost over, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. You say I should not think upon her now, and when I have stood beside her listening, and watched her rose-breathed lips when she would sing, I can scarcely yet imagine how I ever should despise that stately brow, and from breast that is so pure a thing. Alas, for all the very blood, running when from the heart love strive to tear woe, and yet perchance, even as you tell me, so no spirit of my spirit will leave hold, and when I hear her fret, I shall not blush doubtly for love and shame, and when the moon assuredly will rise, and sleep shall fold her hair round me, and death will whisper hush. An epitaph for Keats, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. For one, years since hanged and forgot, step backs by the quarter here live one who, while time's stream runneth, as God hath taught her, being man's fame to man, and have his great name writ in water. And now its song ended, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. How should I your true love know from another one, by his cockle hat and staff and the sandal shun? And what signs have told you now that he hastens home? Love's spring is nearly gone, he is nearly come. For tokens where naught say that he should bring, he will be a ring I gave and another ring. How may I, when he shall ask, tell him who lies there? Nay, but leave my face unveiled and unbound my hair. Can you say to me some word I should say to him? Say I'm looking in his eyes, for my eyes are dim. Another Love, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Of her I thought who now is gone so far, and the thought passing over, to fall whence was like a fall from spirit into sense, or from the heaven of heavens to sun and star. None other than love self ordained the bar twixt her and me, so that if, going hence, I met her, it could only seem a dense film of a brain, yet naught as phantoms are. And when I passed your threshold and came in and glanced where you were sitting, and did see your dress in these braids and your hands thus, I knew that other figure, grieved and thin, that seemed there, yea, that was there, could not be, while I got jar that stood dividing us. Ashore at Dover, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. On landing, the first voice one hears from an English police constable, a man respectful, conscious that at need he can enforce respect. Our custom house at home strict too, but quiet, not the full-mouthed scum of passport mongers from Paris that preserve a reign of terror, not the till where the king haggles all for Belgium. The country somehow seems in earnest here, grave and sufficient. England, so to speak, no other word will make the thing as clear. A habit, you exclaim, and prejudice. If so, so be it. One don't care to shriek, service shall be what one believes it is. Aspecta Medusa, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Andromeda, by Perseus safe and wed, hangered each day to see the Gorgon's head. Our athought he had it, bade to lean and melt in the day for safely seen, that death she lived by. Had not thine eyes now any forbidden thing itself, although at once should save as well as kill, at be it chill upon life enough for we. At issue, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. That voice I hear, heard I cannot tell, of my home is this, seems from my home where still it trades along and murmurs, come, like the slow death of sound within the bell, or like the humming wine in some pink shell, that with the prattle badage of a foam which bird 8 damsels stood for when we roam by the old sea. Were it not exceeding well to shake my soul out of this tiresome life, for call any, whence and any, whither. That voice knows all the life I have or had, and mocks me not, its whisper is too sad, even to attain, come so lures me thither, since here the search for joy varies like strife. At the station of the Versailles railway, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, I wait for the train unto Versailles. I hung with bonds and gamins on the bridge, watching the gravelled road where, ridge by ridge, and our black arches gleam the iron rails clear in the darkness, till the darkness fails, we press on to light again, again to reach the dark. I waited for the train unto Versailles. I leaned over the bridge and wondered, cold and rosy, why the nave cloud is in worship and wise, since apart rooms prefer to must the vicar. And then veered short, I turned upon my heel, saying, Correggio was it told, when gave we dizzy yawns, and knew not of the art. At the sunrise in 1848, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. God said, let there be light, and there was light. When heard we sounds, as though the earth did sing, and the earth's angel cried upon the wing. I saw priests fall together, and turn white, and covered with the dust from the sun's side. A king was white, and yet another king. We said, the round world keeps its balancing, on this globe they and we opposite. If it is day with us, with them 'tis night. Still, man, in thy just pride remember this. Thou hadst not made, that thy son's sons shall ask, what the world king may mean in their day's task, but for the light that led. And if the light is, it is because God said, let there be light. Autumn Idleness, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The sunlight shames November where he grieves in dead red leaves, and will not let him shun the day, or bore with Bobby overrun. But with the blessing Everglade receives high salutation. While from hillock eaves the deer gaze calling, dappled white at dawn, as if, being foresters of old, the sun had marked them with a shade of forest leaves. Here dawn today unveiled a magic glass. Here noon now gives the first and takes the dew. Till eve bring rest, whenever good things pass. And here the lost hours renew, while I still let my shadow over grass, nor know for longing at which I should do. Autumn Song, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Know'st thou not at the fall of a leaf, how the heart feels languid grief, laid on it for covering, and the sleep seems a goodly thing in autumn the fall of a leaf? And how with the beat of the brain falls because it is in vain, on autumn at the fall of a leaf, know'st thou not, and how the chief of joy seems not to suffer pain? Know'st thou not at the fall of a leaf, how the soul feels like a dried sheaf, wound up at length for harvesting, and how death seems a comely thing, in autumn at the fall of a leaf? Barren Spring, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Once more the changed year's turning wheel returns, as the girl sails balanced in the wind, now before, now again beheld, stops as it swoops, with cheek that laughs and burns. So spring comes merry towards me here, and earns no answering smile for me, whose life is twinned with the dead boars that winter still must bind, and whom today the spring no more concerns. Behold, with crocuses the withered flame, with snowdrops snow, with apple blossoms part, to breed the fruit that breeds the serpent's art. Nigh for these spring flowers, turn their face from whim, nor stay till on the year's last lily stem the white cups shrivels around the golden heart. Beauty and the Bird, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. She fluted with her mouth, as when one sips, and gently waved the golden head, and climbed outside his cage close to the window blind, till the fond bird, with little turns and tips, piped loud to her of sweet companionships. When he made an end, some seed took she, and fed him from a tun, which rosy peeping as a piercing bud between her lips. Like the child in Chaucer, on whose tongue the blessed Mary laid when he was dead, a grain who straight praised the name and song, even so when she a little lightly read, nor turned on me and laughed, heard the throng of inner voices praise a golden head. Blake, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. All beauty to portray, vainest duty lay, and still through toilsome strife duty to him was life. Most thankful still that duty lay in the paths of beauty. Broken music by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The mother will not turn, or thinks she hears her nursing speech first grow articulate, but breathless with averted eyes late she sits with open lips and opened ears, that I may call her twice. With doubts and fears was of my soul is hearkened, that with song is sent will moan for days at length fontan, and with sweet music welled and with sweet tears. But now, whatever boy will soul is fain to list with a wonted murmur, as that with a speech-born seashells low importunate strain, a breath of song, the voice alone is where, oh bitterly beloved, and all again is but the pang of unpermitted prayer. Cassandra by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Rend thine hair, Cassandra, ye will go, ye rend thy garments, wring thine hands and cry from Troy, still tower to the unreddened sky. See, all that sheathed bore we mock by woe. He most whom that fair woman arms, with show of wrath on her bent brows. In this place, with over bed still man in Helen's face, with ravishing price of death to know. What eyes, what ears have sweet dromedary, save for Hector's form and step, as tear on tear makes salt the warm last kiss he gave. He goes, Cassandra's words beat heavily, like crows above his crest, and at his ear ring hollow and shield, which shall not save. A Hector gone, 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 a Hector, we to chariots wait, and Troy long blessed and cursed, and Grecian sphere, and Pyrrhian sand athirst, crave from the veins of blood of victory. Now long upon our hearth a brand had we, lit for the roof tree's ruin, and today the groundstone quits the wall, and wind halfway, a higher, where wings of fire are free. O Paris, Paris, of a burning brand, the beacon of sea whence Venus rose, lightning where raised her shipwreck, even that hand wherewith she took thine epaulet her close, within thy curls at last, by Troy glows, life her trophy to the sea and land. Cloud and Wind, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Love should fear death most for you or me, yet if you die cannot follow you, forcing straits of change. Alas, but who shall rest born from night's endeavour see, ere yet my hazardous soul put forth, to be warned against all the haste might rue? And your eyes so reached, what dumb but you, what unsunk rise of waste eternity? If I die the first, shall death be when a lampless watchtower whence I see you weep? Or woos me that way in my sleep, and notes, as death's dear cup at last you drain, we all when you to learn that all is vain, that hope those that love shall never reap. Tsar Alexander II, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. From him did 40 million serfs, endowed each with 6 feet of deaf due soil, receive rich freeborn lifelong land thereon to sheaf their country's harvest. These to take a loud demand of heaven the father's blood, sob out with tears and thrilled with wrath, who, while they grieve, on every guilty head would fain achieve full torment by his edicts disallowed. He stayed for notes, red raving fangs, and first of Russian traitors his own murderers go wide to the tomb, while he laid foully low with limbs red rent, a festering brain which erst a white kingly freedom gainst the deed accursed, to God bears witness of his people's woe. Dawn on the night journey, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Till dawn the wind drove around me. It is past, and still, and leaves the air to lisp of bird, and to the quiet that is almost heard of a new risen day, as it bound fast the first warmth of sunrise. And the last of the sun's hours today shall be fulfilled, and shall another breath of time be still for me, which now is to my senses cast as much beyond me as eternity, unknown, kept secret. Or a newborn air the moth quivers in silence. It is vast, yea, even beyond the hills upon the sea, the day whose, and shall give his hour as sheer as chaos to the irrevocable past. Death in Love, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. There came an image in love's red new that had love's wings and bore his gone felon. Fair was the web, and noble water on, O soul sequestered face, the form and hue, wildering sounds such as spring wakened stew shock on its folds, and from my heart its power sped reckless as the immemorial hour, when birth's dark portal grounded all was new. A veiled woman followed, and she called, the banner round its staff, to furl and cling, and plucked the feather from the bear's wing, and held it to his lips, that stirred it not, and said to me, Behold, there is no breath, I am with love one, and I am death. Death of Wombat, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I never reared a young wombat to gladden me with his pinhole eyes, and when he most was sweet and fat and tailless, he was sure to die. Death's Songsters, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. And first that horse, within whose populous womb the birth was death, our shadow Troy the fate, Elders, dubious of its Grecian freight, brought Helen there to sing the songs of home. She whispered, "Friends, I am alone, come, come." When crouched within, Ulysses waxed afraid, and on his comrades' quivering mouths he laid his hands, and held them till the voice was dumb. The same was he who, lashed to his own mast, there where the sea flowers green the charnel caves, beside the serpent singing island passed, let sweetness fade along the interveted waves. Say, soul, are songs of death nor heaven to thee, nor shames that lit the cheek of victory? This Manibus, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, Gustave Flaubert, whose honored role was to describe the nearest soul and make French flesh to creep and grow, or Carthaginian Salambo, lies here, a body as in the brain, like war corpse tumid from the Seine. What shall be writ above his grave? Vitellius, near his dying stave, Fior Imperator, shall it flow, or qualis artifex pereor? Downstream, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Between Holmescote and Hurstcote, the river reaches wind, whispering trees accept the breeze, ribald's cool and kind. If love low whispered twixt the shores, if ribald lovers gay, if white arms bare to ply the oars, on last year's 1st of May. Between Holmescote and Hurstcote, the rivers brim with rain, for close met banks and parted banks, nor near nor far again. If parting tears carries to smile, if meeting promised soon, every sweet avowed beguiles on last year's 1st of June. Even Holmescote and Hurstcote, the rivers flecked with foam, and if shuddering clouds that hang in shrouds, and lost winds wild for home. If infant bailings at the breast, if homeless steps astray, if wandering shuddering towards one rest, on this year's 1st of May. Between Holmescote and Hurstcote, the summer river flows, if double flight of moons by night, lilies deep repose. If lo, beneath the moon's white star, a white face and not the moon, with lilies meshed and tangled hair, on this year's 1st of June. Between Holmescote and Hurstcote, a trough was given and riven, from heart's trust grew one life to two lost lives cried to heaven. Of banks spread calm to meet the sky, of meadows newly mowed, the harvest paths of glad July, a sweet school children's road. Dreamland, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Where sunless rivers weep, her waves into the deep, she sleeps a charmed sleep, awake her not. Led by a single star, she came from very afar, to seek where shadows are her pleasant lot. She left the rosy morn, she left the fields of corn, where twilight cold and lawn and water springs. For sleep, as through veil, she sees the sky look pale, and hears the nightingale that sadly sings. Rest, rest, perfect rest, should have her brown breast. Her face is towered in the west, the purple land. She cannot see the grain ripening on hill and plain, she cannot feel the rain upon her hand. Rest, rest forevermore upon the mossy shore, rest, rest at the heart's core, the time should cease. Sleep that no pain shall wake, night that no morn shall break, the joy shall overtake perfect peace. Duns Scotus, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Here lies Duns Scotus, who died of lotus. During music, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. A coolant to the sense of pain that last night's sleep could not destroy, a woman to the sense of joy that dreams its life within the brain. Or the I lean o'er thee to scan the red music cramped and stiff, 'tis dark to me as hieroglyph of those weird bulks Egyptian. But as from those damp now and strange, a glory wanders on the earth, even so my tones can call a birth from breeze, to shake my soul with change. Or swift as melodious haste, thought o'er the keys the fingers small, or soft as in a rise and fall, stirs the shade within thy breast. English May, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Would God your health were as this month of May shall be, were this not England, and your face abroad to give a gracious sunshine grace, and love beneath a budding half from spray, and here the hedgerow pines from green to grey, and yet may the lyre is tuning, the song is weak in shade, but should in sun be strong. And our pulse springs not so faintly. If in my life be breath of Italy, would God that I might yield it all to you. So when such graft the warmth had borne through the languor of your Maytime's half from tree, my spirit at rest should walk unseen and see the garland of your beauty bloom anew. Even so, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. So it is, my dear. All such things touch a secret strings for heavy hearts to hear. So it is, my dear. Where we like, indeed, sea and sky, afar and high, sand and strewn seaweed, there you like indeed. But the sea stands spread on wall of the flat skies, the lean black craft like flies seem well nigh stagnated, soon to drop off dead. Seemed it so to us, when I was thine and woe was mine, and all these things with us, our world and us? Could we be so now? and the full bed of heaven's poor lay dead, but I and woe could be so now. Farewell to the Glen by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Sweet stream-fed Glen, why say farewell to thee, who fast soil and find'st forever smooth the brow of time, where men may read no roof? Nay, do thou rather say farewell to me, who now far forth from bitter fantasy, when erst was mine, where other shade might soothe by other streams, or the while in fragrant youth the bliss of being sad made melancholy. And yet farewell, for better shalt thou fare when children bathe sweet faces in their flow, and happy lovers blend sweet shadows there in hours to come, than when an hour ago when echoes had but one man's sigh to bear, and where trees whispered what he feared to know. Fior Di Maggio by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O May sits crowned with hawthorn flower, and is love's month, they say, and love's a fruit that is ripened best by ladies' eyes in May. First love remembered by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Peace in a chamber wheresoever it be a holy place, affords to bring my soul such grace as morning meadows will. Where it still be small and light, a maid so dreams alone, as from an orchard gate the moon its ceiling showed at night. Or whether in a shadow dense, and natural hymns invoke, innocent maidenhood awoke to married innocence. Where still the thanks unheard obeyed, the unconscious gift bequenched, where my soul this hour has breathed, and air inviolate. For Venetian Pastoral by Giorgione, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Water for anguish of a solace, nigh but did the vessels loudly, and nigh but lean and hark how at its virtual wave sighs and reluctant. Hush, beyond all depth away, the heat lies silent at the brink of day. Though the hand trades upon a wild string, that sobs in the brown face, cease to sing, sad with the whole of pleasure. With her strayer eyes now, from whose mouth the slim peeps creep, and leave it pouting, while the shadowed grass is cool against the naked side. Let be, say nothing now unto her, lest she weep, nor name this ever. Be it as it was, life-touching lips with mortality. For Our Lady of the Rocks by Leonardo da Vinci, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Mother, is this the darkness of the end, the shadow of death, and is without the sea infinite imminent eternity? And does the death pang by man's seed sustained, in times each instant cause by face to bend its silent prayer upon the sun, while he blesses the dead with his hands silently to his long day, which hours no more offend? Mother of grace, the past, difficult, keen as these rocks, and the bewildering souls, thronged like echoes, blindly shuddering through. Thy name, O Lord, each spirit's voice extols, whose peace abides of the dark avenue, mid the bitterness of things occult. For Spring by Sandro Botticelli, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Masker for the outer window of the new year honors this lady, flower wanton-eyed for birth, of all flowers prank and peered. Aurora, Zephyrus, mutual cheer of clasp and kiss, a gracious circle in the air, leave bower, linked arc of white arms glorified, and those featured feet with hovering glider, spring's brief moon hums the harbinger. Birth bear, not death bear yet, the young steam stands with lady's temple columns. Her head, love rings the shaft. What mystery here is that of a marsh or of hope? But how command of springs to answer, and how question here these mummers of that will-withered new year? Of a Holy Family by Michelangelo, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Turn of the prophet's page, O son, and you all that thou hast to suffer and have read. Not yet thine hour of knowledge, infinite the source of the manhood's lot must ruin thy acquaintance of thy grief, that clue the spirits of the mournful minsterings seek through yon scroll in silence. For these things the angels have desired to look into. Still before Eden waves with fiery sword, a tree of life unramsoned, whose sad tree of knowledge yet to growth of Calvary must yield its tempter. Hell the earliest dead of earth resign, and yet, all Son and Lord, with seed of woman bruise the serpent's head. Found by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. There's a budding morrow in midnight, so sang our Keats, our English nightingale. And here, as lamps across the bridge turn pale London's smokeless resurrection light, dark breaks to dawn, and o'er the deadly blight of love the flowered and sore of none avail, which makes this man gasp and this woman quail, can they from darkness ever again take flight? I gave not these two hearts the mutual pledge, under one mantle sheltered neath a hedge in gloaming courtship, and O God, today he only knows he holds her, and what part can life now take? She cries in a locked heart, leave me, I do not know you, go away. From dawn to noon, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. As the child knows not if his mother's face be fair, nor if his elders yet can deem what each most is, but as of hill or stream at dawn, or glimmering life surrounds his place, or yet toward noon of his half-weary race, pausing awhile beneath a high sunbeam, and gazing steadily back as though a dream, and things long past new features now can trace. Even so the thought that is at length full grown turns back to note the sun-smit paths, or grey and marvellous ones, where first it walked alone, and haply doubts, amid the unblenching day, which most or least impelled its onward way, was unknown things or these things overknown. Genius in Beauty by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Beauty like hers is genius, not the call of Homer's or of Dante's heart sublime, not Michael's sand-flung the zones of time, as moth of compass mysteries musical, nay, not the spring's summer sweet footfall, gathered gifts exhumed life bequenches, when thou with softened face, whose love spell breathes, even from that shadowed corner on the wall. As many men are poets in their youth, but for one sweet-strung soul, the wires prolong even through all change the indomitable song. Son likewise the envenomed years, who stoop for in shallower grace of ruin void of truth, upon this beauty's power shall wreak no wrong. He and I, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Whence came his feet into my field, and why? How is it that he sees it all so drear? How do I see his seeing, and how hear the name his bitter silence knows it by? This was a little fold of separate sky, whose pestering clouds in the south's atmosphere drew living light for one continual year. How should he find it lifeless, he or I? Lo, this new self now wanders around my field, with plains for every flower, and for each tree a moan, with sighing winds auxiliary. And our sweet waters of my life that yield unto his lips not drawn by tears unsealed, even my place he weeps, even I, not he. Heart's Hope by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. By what word's power the key of paths untrod shall I the difficult deeps of love explore, the parted waves of song yield up the shore, even as that sea which is or across dry shot? For lo, in some poor rhythmic period, lady, I fain would tell, however more, my soul I know not from my body, nor thee from myself, neither our love from God. Yea, in God's name and love's and vine would I draw from one loving heart such evidence as to all hearts all things shall signify. Tender as dawn's first hill-fire, and intense as Intensio's penetrating sense in spring's birth o'er of other springs gone by. Height and Depth by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. He turned his face apart and gave a sigh and a strange whimper, such a pitiful thing as haunts the heart for days. Yes, love can bring unto pass a low that it seems high, and then we see a brave and strong man cry with a poor infant's feeble soaring, his noble passion went to wing shafts of small angers and small prides. Oh, where's the love so deaf that I can hear not even its own voice, which bids it seek name for its own meanness, and to find the outlet else? But thus it is a sheer humility and earnestness too meek, that your knees bow and sharp tears make you blind. Hero's Lamp by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Wo lampe, wo fillst den hero's name tonight, or hero shall the cess in August take tomorrow, and for droned Leander snake to enterrace its fireless lips shall light. I love the unspoken woe, yet dawn's first light on ebbing storm and life tries ebb must break, while neath no sunrise by the evident lake, lower love walks, death's pallid neophyte. But lamp within thine terror shadowy shrine shall stand unlit, for so the gods decree, till some one man the happy issue see of a life's love with its flame to shine, which still may rest unfired, for theirs or thine, or brother, or brought love to them or thee. Hidden Harmony by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O thoughts the mere, very calm and high, that think upon your love. Yet by your leave you shall not greatly marvel, that this eve, or nightfall, yet scarce nightfall, a strong cry leaves me thus sad. Now if you ask me why I cannot teach you, dear, but I believe it is that man will always enter thee for life of fresh want, the fish of fear to die. It may be therefore, though the matter touch no wise so love, I so often look sad in your presence, often feeling so, and of a reason I can tell thus much, when it sounds like the music in a book, which were not music but for high and low. Hope Overtaken by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I deemed for garments, or my hope for grey, so far I viewed thee. Now the space between is past at length, and garmented in green, even as in days of yore thou standst today. Ah God, and but for lingering dull dismay, on all the road or the footsteps erst had been, even thus commingled, our shadows seem blend on the hedgerows and the waterway. A hope of mine, whose eyes are living love, no eyes but hers, a love and hope the same, lean close to me, for now the sinking sun, with warmed her feet, scarce kills her hair both. Or hers her voice, and very hers thy name, alas cling round me, for the day is done. Idle blessedness, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I know not how it is I have the neck and lazy moods of seeking no excuse, and holding that man's ease must be the juice of man's philosophy. I give the sack to thought, and long I shuffle on the track of what employment seems of the least use. And in such ways I find a constant sluice for drowsy humours, be the love to rack and hack the brain for thought, which may lurk there or may not. Without pain or thought, the eyes can see, the ears can hear, the sultry mouth can taste the summer's favour. Towards the south let earth sway round, while this my body lies in warmth and has the sun on face and hair. In the train and at Versailles, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. In a dull swiftness we are carried by the bodies left that sway and shaking knees. The wind is cheesed, as a feeble breeze warm in the sun. The leaves are not yet dry from yesterday's dense rain. All low and high, a strong green country, but among its trees radiant thin with autumn. After these ways the city still before the sky, Versailles is reached. Past through the galleries and secret gardens, a great silence here for the long planted alleys to the long distance of water. More than tune or song, silence shall grow to awe within thine eyes, till thy thoughts swim with the blue turning sphere. Inclusiveness, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The changing guests, each in a different mood, sit at the roadside table and arise, and every life among them and likewise, and as souls bored sit daily with new food. What man has bent o'er his son's sleep, to brood how that face shall watch as when cold it lies? Or thought, as his own mother kissed his eyes, of what her kiss was when his father wooed? May not this engine room where sittest and dwell, and separate living souls for joy or pain, and all its corners may be painted plain, where heaven shows pictures from life spent well, may be stamped the memory all in vain upon the side of litness, eyes and hair? Insomnia, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Thin are the night skirts left behind by daybreak hours that onward creep, and thin, alas, a shred of sleep that wavers with the spirit's wind. But in half dreams that swift and roll and still remember and forget, my soulless hour has drawn your soul a little nearer yet. Our lives most dear are never near, our thoughts are never far apart. For all that draws us heart to heart seems faint and no more clear. Tonight love claims his full control, with desire and with regret, my soul this hour has drawn your soul a little nearer yet. Is there a home where heavy earth melts the bright air that breathes no pain, where water leaves no thirst again, and springing fire is love's new birth? A faith long bound to one true goal, may there at length its hope beget, my soul that hour shall draw your soul for ever near yet. Joan of Arc, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. This world had Merlin said from of old, that out of the oak tree shade in the day of France dear Citadel, God's hand should send a maid. And where Domrey, Burgundy, sits crowned with its oaken shore, even where Joan of Arc, the maid of God's ark, the light of the day first saw. Her spirits go, what man may know, yet this may of man be said, that when time is o'er and all have sufficed, shall the world's chief Christ fire rise to Christ from the ashes of Joan the maid. John Keats, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The weltering London ways where children weep and girls whom none call maidens love. Strange road emerging his outward steps, who inly trod the bright Castalian brink and Latmos steep. Even such is life's cross paths, till deathly deep he toiled through sands of life, and long pain they with labour spurned and love found vain, and dead Rome's sheltering shadow wrapped his sleep. Or pang thou art poet, whose reverberant lips and heart-strung lyre walk the moon's eclipse. Thou whom the daisies glorying growing o'er, their fragrance clings around thy name, not writ but rumoured in water, with the fame of it a long time's flood goes echoing evermore. Known in vain, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Is two whose love, first foolish, widening scope, knows suddenly the music high and soft, the holy of holies, who because they scoffed are now amazed with shame, nor dare to cope with the whole truth aloud, lest heaven should ope, yet at their meetings laugh not as they laughed in speech, nor speak at length, but sitting oft together within hopeless sight of hope, for hours are silent. So it happeneth, will work and will awake too late, to gaze after their life sailed by, and hold their breath. Who should dare to search for what said mace, thenceforth an incommunicable waste, full of a desultory feet of death? Last Love by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Love hath a chamber all of imagery, and there's one dim nook, a little story the web in my heart, from leaf to leaf as you read as in a book. One part in the middle of a web begun and left unfinished, a face with ravelled threads failing over it and hiding it. Love says that the time has come to resume and finish this part of the web, for much has come between since it was begun. For the garlands of heaven were all laid by, the daylight sucked at the breasts of a lie. The wounded heart and the dying swan were side by side, with a rush's coil, with a turn of a tide, the heart and the swan. Within was eyes sedulous yearning through, and all the evil of my heart 1,000 times forgotten. If you had been lost for many years, and from the dead today were risen again. Last visit to the Louvre by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Non noi pettori. God of nature's truth, these not we, be it not said, and one of us goes hence, as these did he have done. His feet sought out their footprints from his youth. Because, dear God, the flesh thou madest smooth, we hacked and fretted, that it seemed to run with ulcers, the daylight of thy sun, the parcel into blots and glares, on cough-staken growths of paint. Men say that these had further sight than man's, and that God saw the works were good. God, that didst now them fool, in such a blindness, blinder than the owl, leave us. Our sight can reach unto thy seas and hills, and is enough for tears of awe. Life in Love by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Not in thy body is thy life at all, but in this lady's lips and hands and eyes. For these she yields thee a life that vivifies, what else the sour servant in death thrall. Look on thyself without her, recall the waste remembrance of forlorn service, and live but in a dead-drawn breath of sighs, or vanished hours and hours eventual. Even so much life hath a poor tress of hair which, stored apart, is all love hath to show for heartbeats and for fire-heats long ago. Even so much life endures unknown, even where, with change that changes night and violeth, lies overed golden hair undimmed in death. London to Folkestone by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. A constant keeping past of shaken trees, with wildering glitter of loose road. Banks of bright grove, with single blades atop against white sky, and wires, a constant chain that seem to draw the clouds along with them, things which one stoops against the light to see through the low window, shaking by at rest, or fierce like water as the swiftness grows. And seen through fences so bridge far off, the trees that are moving keep their intervals still one twixt bar and bar, and when the times long reaches of green level, where one cow, feeding among her fellows that feed on, lifts her slow neck and gazes for the sound. There are 6 of us. I that ride away, Hans rides Dumas, hard-lipped with heavy jowl and brows hung low, and the long ends of hair standing out limp. A crazy at one end, thank luck not my end, has blocked out the air and sits in heavy consciousness of guilt. The poor young muff, who's face to face with me, is pitiless in loose collar and black tie, his latchet button shaking as we go. There are flowers by me, half upon my knees, armed by a dame whose fair and soul no doubt. A wind beats among us, carries off their scent, and still I have them for my eye. Fields the mown and ridges, and close garden crops of the earth's increase, and a constant sky still with clear trees that let us see the wind, and snatches of the engine smoke, by fits tossed to the wind against the landscape, where rocks are stopping heavy wings upon the day. Brick walls we pass between, passed so once, and for the suddenness I cannot know or what, or where begun, or where it end. Sometimes a station in great quiet, whence with a short gathered champion of pent sound we are let out upon the air again. In nearly darkness, knees and arms and sides feel the least touch, and close above the face a wind of noise that is along like God. Pauses of water soon at intervals, and as the sky in it. The reflexes of the trees move towards the bank as we go by, leaving the water surface plain. I now lie back, close my eyes at peace, where I smile from the open forwardness of thoughts fronting the wind. I did not scribble more, be certain afterwards, but yawned and read nearly dozed a little, I believe. Then stretching up against the carriage back, I was roused altogether, and looked out to where, upon the desolate verge of light, yearned, pale and vast, the iron-coloured sea. Lost Days by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The lost days of my life until today, what were they? Could I see them on the street lie as they fell? Would there be ears of wheat, some once for food but trodden into clay? Or golden coins squandered and still to pay? or drops of blood dabbled with guilty feet, or such spilled water as in dreams must cheat the undying throats of hell, athirst alway. I do not see them here, and after death, God knows I know the faces I shall see, each one a murdered self with low last breath. I am thyself, and hast thou unto me, and I thyself, are each one safe, and thou thyself to all eternity. Lost on both sides, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. As when two men have loved a woman well, each hating each, for love's and death's deceit, hence not for either this stark marriage sheet, and the long pauses of his wedding bell, are her grave the night and day dispel at last with thought forlorn, with cold and heat. No other than dear friends to death may fleet, the two lives left the most of her can tell. So separate hopes which in his soul had wooed, the one same peace strove with each other long, and peace before their faces perished since. So through that soul and restless brotherhood we roam together now, and winter among his by streets, knocking at the dusty inns. Love and Hope, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Bless love and hope, for many a white year whirled past us, adding to its chill doomsday, and clasped together the blown leaves lay, we long have knelt, and wept full many a tear. Yet lo, 1 hour at last, with spring company, flowed softly to us from some green byway. Those years, those tears are dead, but only way. Bless love and hope, true soul, for we are here. Cling heart to heart, nor with our demand, whether in veiled truth, and we are dead, a heart shall wake to know love's golden head, salt sunshine of the imperishable land. Or but discern, through night's unfeatured scope, scorn-fired at length, the elusive eyes of hope. Love enthroned, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. A marked or kindred powers the heart finds fair, truth with awed lips and hope with eyes upcast, and fame whose loud wings fan the ashen past to signal fires, oblivion's flight to scare. And youth with still some single golden hair unto his shoulder clinging, since the last embrace when to sweet arms held him fast, and life still riffing flowers for death to burr. Love's throne was not with these, but far above the passionate wind of welcome and farewell, he set in breathless bowers they dream not of. Though truth foreknow love's heart and hope foretell, and fame be for love's sake desirable, and youth be dear, and life be sweet to love. Love Lily, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Between the hands, between the brows, between the lips of Love Lily, a spirit is born whose birth endows my blood with fire to burn through me. Who breathes upon my gazing eyes, who laughs and murmurs in mine ear, and whose least touch my colour flies, and whom my life grows faint to hear. Within the voice, within the heart, within the mind of Love Lily, a spirit is born who lifts apart his tremulous wings and looks at me, whom my mouth his finger lays, and shows, while whispering lutes confer, that Eden of love's watered ways, whose winds and spirits worship her. Brows, hands, and lips, heart, mind, and voice, kisses and words of Love Lily, oh bid me with your joy rejoice, till riotous longing rest in me. I let not hope be still distraught, but find in her its gracious goal, whose speech truth knows not from her thought, nor love a body from her soul. Love's Fatality, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Sweet love, oh, most dear desire of love, life offeth. Linked in gifts I saw them stand, love shackled with a vain longing hand to hand, and when was eyed as a blue walled above. But hope tempters like a fire-cloud hove, I the other gaze, even as in his house-worn vain or night with spectral power has spent the unyielding caves of some deep treasure trove. Also his lips, to riven flakes of flame made moan, Alas, O love, was leashed with me, wing-footed woe, wing-shouldered, once born free, and I, the cowering self, in chains grown tame, bound to thy body and soul, and named with thy name, love's iron heart, even love's fatality. Love's last gift, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Love to a singer held a glistening leaf, and said, The rose tree and the apple tree have fruits to wound or flowers to lure the bee, and golden shafts and the fevered sheaf of a great harvest marshal the year's chief. Victorious summer, I and 'neath warm seas strange secret grass look inviolably between filtering channels of sun wreath. All are my blooms, and all sweet blooms of love that we gave while spring and summer sang. And autumn stops to listen with some pang on those worst things the wind is moaning of. Only the slower greets no winter days take my last gift, the heart have sung my praise. Love's Lovers, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Some ladies love the jewels in love's zone, and gold-tipped darts he half for painless play, and idle scornful hours he flings away. And some that listen to his lute's soft tone, to laugh to vaunt with silver praise their own. Some prizes blindfold sigh, and where be they who kissed his wings, which brought him yesterday, and think his wings today that he is flown? My lady only loves the heart of love. Wherefore love's heart, my lady, half of thee is bow of unimagined flower and tree. Where kneels she now, and all unhungered of thine eyes, grey-lit and shadowing hair above, seals of thy mouth his immortality. Love's Testament by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O thou who it loves o'er aesthetically unto my heart, dost evermore present, clothed with his fire, the hardest testament, whom I have neared and felt thy breath to be the inmost incense of a sanctuary, who without speech hast owned him, and, intent upon its will, the life with mine hast blent, and murmured, I am thine, thou art one with me. O what from thee the grace, to me the price, and what to love her glory, and the whole of the deep stare, what treats to the dim shoal, and the reward of the place of sighs, and where dost work deliverance, as thine eyes draw up my present spirit to thy soul. Love's Sight by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. When do I see thee most, beloved one? When will light the spirit of mine eyes before the face, the altar, solemnize the worship of the love for we made known? Or when, in the dusk hours, we two alone, close kissed and eloquent of still replies, my twilight hidden glimmering visage lies, and my soul only sees thy soul its own? O love, my love, if I no more should see thyself, nor in the earth a shadow of thee, nor image of thine eyes in any spring, or when should sound upon life's darkening slope, the ground without the perished leaves of hope, a wind of death's imperishable wing? Mary Magdalena at the door of Simon the Pharisee, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O wilt thou cast the roses from thine hair? Nay, be thou all a rose, wreath, lips, and cheek. Nay, not this house, at the house we seek. See how they kiss and enter, come thou where. This delicate day of love we two will share, that our ear love's whispering night shall speak. What a sweet one, holds for still the foolish freak? Nay, when I kiss thy feet, they'll leave us stare. O loose me, seest thou not my bridegroom's face, that draws me to him? For his feet my kiss, my hair my tears, he craves today. And oh, what words can tell what other day and place shall see me clasp those blood-stained feet of his? He needs me, calls me, loves me, let me go. Mary's Girlhood by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. This is that blessed Mary, pre-elect God's Virgin. Gone is the great while, she dwelt young in Nazareth of Galilee. Unto God's will she brought devout respect, profound simplicity of intellect, and supreme patience. From a mother's knee, faithful and hopeful, wise in charity, strong in grave peace, in pity circumspect. So held she through her girlhood, as it were an angel-watered lily, that near God grows and is quiet, till one dawn at home she woke on a white bed, and had no fear at all, yet wept till sunshine, and felt awed because the fullness of her time was come. Memorial Thresholds by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What place so strange, where unrevealed snow of unimaginable fires arise at the earth's end? What passion of surprise, like frost-bound fire, girds scenes of long ago? Lo, this is none but Ivy's hour, and lo, this is the very place which to mine eyes was mortal hours in vain immortalized, but hurrying crowds, vote alone I know. City, of thine a single simple door, by some new power reduplicate, must be even yet my little pork in eternity. Even with one presence filled, at once of yore, or mocking winds whirl round its chef-strewn floor, thee and thy years, and these my words and me. Memory by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Is memory most of miseries miserable, or the one flower of ease and bitterest hell? Michael Scott's Wooing by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Rose chef beside a rose platan lurks the young adder's tooth. Milk mired from newborn hemlock bluff, the earliest drops are wrung, and sweet the flower of his first love when Michael Scott was young. Michelangelo's Kiss by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Great Michelangelo, with age grown bleak and uttermost labours, having once our sad or grievous memories on his long life shed, his worst regret to one true heart could speak, that when, with soaring love and reverence meek, he stooped to her sweet Colonna's dying bed, his muse and dominant lady, spirit wet. Her hand he kissed, but no brow or cheek, a poor Naotti, good at art's fire wheels to urge her chariot. Even thus the soul, touching at length some sorely chastened goal, whence oftenest but a little. Her appeals, the deeper nude, loudly her claim, let be, what holds for death's garner, and for thee. O lovely hand, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O lovely hand, where thy sweet self dost lave, when with thy pure and proper element, whence erst the lady of love's high advent was born, and endless fire sprang from the wave, even as the loves to her the offerings gave, for we with jeweled gifts they bear, while each looks to those lips of music measured speech found, and of more bliss than man may crave. In royal wise ring-girt and bracelets spent, a flower of Venus' own virginity go shine among thy sisterly sweet band. In maiden minded converse delicately, evermore white and soft, until thou be her hand, hard handselled in a lover's hand. On a handful of French money, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. These coins that jostle on my hand to owe no single image, each name here and date denoting in man's consciousness and state new change, and some faces clearly known and others marked. The badge of that old throne of kings, as on we observe, of a sign which says, I France am Olo, I am mine, or it's the eagle that dared soar alone. Even as these coins soar, these lives and years mixed and bewildered, yet have each of them no less its part in what has come to be for France. Empire, republic, monarchy, each clamours to keep silence in her name, and lives within the pulse that now is hers. On Browning's Sordello, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Sordello's story, the Sphinx yawned and said, who would has heard? Is that enough? Who could, 'twere not amiss to add, has understood, who understood perhaps has profited. For my part, I could tell a tale instead of one who, dreaming of no likelihood even that the book was going to end for good, turning the last page, and lo, the book was read. On Burns, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. And whomsoever, since poesy began, a poet most of all men we may scan, Burns of all poets is the most a man. On certain Elizabethan revivals, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. A rough and bastion vast Elizabeth bashed to these bushel-bellied cakes of wine, home growth, 'tis true, but rank as turpentine. What would we with such a skittle place at death? Say, must he watch these brawlers brandish lathe, or to their reeking with their ears incline, because her custily flow a crystalline and gentle Shakespeare's modulated breath? What, must our drama with a red pit thee, now the skin close, while one is left to kill? Shall this be poetry, and woe for man of blood, or cannibalistic Caliban? What should be said of thee, a poet? Fie, an honourable murderer, if you will. On Christina Rossetti, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. There's a female bard, grim as a fakir, or delicate, shakier and shakier. On refusal of aid between nations, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Not that the earth is changing, oh my God, nor that the seasons totter in their walk, not that the virulent ill of act and talk seetheth ever as the winepress ever trod, not wherefore are we certain that the rod waits in thine hand to smite the world, while now beneath thine hands so many nations bow, so many kings, not wherefore, oh my God, but because man is parcelled out in man today, because for any wrongful blow no man not stricken asks. I would be told by voters thus, as heart whispers when he is he, I am I. I wist we now that our earth falls asunder, being old. On the Field of Waterloo, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. So then, the name which travels side by side with English life from childhood, Waterloo, means this. The sun is setting, where strife grew till the sunset and ended, says our guide, and lacked the court, where statues sanctified, yet I believe one should have thrilled. For me I grinned not, and 'twas something, certainly we sailed the point and did not turn but died. So much is very well, under each span of his plauded fields, 'tis the guide still, where rot 3 nations slain, 1,000,000-fold, am I to weep? Good sirs, the earth is old, the whole earth there is no single spot, half among its dust, the dust of man. On the road to Waterloo, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. It is great, hinched azure overhead with silver drift. Beneath, where from the green the trees are reared, the distance stands between at peace. On the side the howl is spread for sowing and for harvest, subjected clear to the sky and wind. The sun's slow height holds at true noon, and the furthest night it lies of moist starshine and is fed. Sometimes there is no country seen for miles, you think, because of a new roadside path, dense of long forest. Where the waters run, we have the sky sunk into them, above of still blue heat, and in their flows, at whiles, there is the blinding vortex of a sun. On the side of a mulberry tree, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. This tree, here fallen, the common birth what they have shared with its kind. The world's enfranchised now, around the trees of life and knowledge one, here set it, frailer than his laurel wreath. Shall not the wretch whose hand is fell beneath rank also singly supreme unhung? Low shepherd turpin, pleading with black tongue, with vile thief's unsuffocated breath. We'll search the glossary Shakespeare, whence almost and whence alone some name shall be revealed of his deaf drudge, to whom no length of ears sufficed to catch the music of his fears, whose soul is carrion now, too mean to yield some starveling's ninth allotment of a ghost. On the two bridal brides by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. How sweet is solaces for bridal bed, dawn is prepared, evening is hollowed. On the Vita Nuova of Dante by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I see that love's oft looks on their form and guesses how it grew to womanhood, and gladly would have watched the beauty's bud and the mild fire of precious life wax warm, so I, long bound within the threshold charm of Dante's love sublime to heavenly mood, had marvelled, touching his beauty to it, how grew such present from man's shameful swarm. At length within this book I found portrayed newborn the paradise and love of his, and simply like a child, of whose clear aid I understood. To such a child as this Christ, charging well his chosen ones, forbade offence, for love such my kingdom is. On William Morris by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Enter Skald, moored in the punt, and Jack's sententious exant. One of time's riddles by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. In a deep bosom the pride settled down, the pride which in a brackish finger like sword, and the life in the pulses seemed to hold. About the temples for an iron crown she set stern patience. She did never frown, her long gaze was gentle to a fault, and looking deep into her eyes, you had called the lust to nothing but a mild clear brown. She lives and moves and is a misery, at which she half, being the thought cannot touch, only beholding what she is, to have glimpses of something she is yet to be, and at the least it knows of her thus much. She bides her season with a solemn faith. Pandora by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What of the end, Pandora? Was it thine the deed that set these fiery pinions free? Wherefore did the Olympian consistory in its own likeness make thee half divine? Or was it that Juno's brow might stand a sign for ever, and the mien of Pallas be a deadly thing, where all men might see in Venus' eyes the gaze of Proserpine? What of the end? We speed their wings at will, the ill-born things, the good things turn to ill. Powers of the impassioned hours prohibit it. I clench the casket now, whither they go, thou mayst not dare to think, nor canst thou know if hope is still happy, alive or dead. Parted Love by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What shall be said of his embattled day, and armed occupation of his night by all their foes beleaguered? Now when sight nor sound denotes the loved one far away, of these her vanquished hours what shalt thou say, as every sense to which she dared delight, nor labours lonely o'er the dark noon height, to reach the sunset desolate disarray, stands still, fond-feathered wretch, while memory's art parades the past before her face, and lures her spirit to her passionate portraits. Till the tempest height gates flung apart, flood with wild will the hollows of her heart, and the heart rends thee, the body endures. Parted Presence by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Love, I speak to your heart that is all that's here. Or draw me deep into its sphere, where you and I are part, and yield by the Spirit's art each distant gift that is dear. O love, my love, you are here. Your eyes are far today, yet love, look now in mine eyes. Two hearts and forth may despise all that things by the way. All between is decay, that hours and this hour that dies. O love, look deep in mine eyes. Your hands today are not here, yet lay them, love, in my hands. The hourglass sheds its sands all day for the dead hour's briar, but now as two hearts draw near, this hour like a flower expands. I love your hands in my hands, your voice is not on the air, yet, love, I can hear your voice. It bids my heart to rejoice, as now your heart is there, a music sweet to declare the truth of your steadfast choice. O love, how sweet is your voice! Today your lips are afar, yet draw my lips to them, love. A round banner and above is thrust to bind and to bar, and there I am and you are, designed the fire whereof. Oh, kiss me, my love. Your heart is never away, but ever with mine, forever, forever without endeavour. Tomorrow, love as today. Two blent hearts never astray, two souls no power may sever. Together, oh my love, forever. Passion and Worship, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. One flame-winged broad, a wide-winged harp-player, even then my lady and I lay all alone, saying, behold this minstrel is unknown, bid him depart, for I am minstrel here. Only my strains are to love's dear ones dear. Then I said, for thine hautboy's rapturous tongue unto my lady still his harp make moan, and still she deems the cadence deep and clear. Then said my lady, thou art passion of love, and this love's worship, Both applies to me, the mastering music walks the sunlit sea, where one water trembles in the grove, and one moon is all the light whereof this harp still makes my name its voluntary. Percy Bysshe Shelley, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Twixt those twine worlds, world of sleep, which gave no dream to warn, the tidal world of death, which in earth's sea as the earth replenisheth. Shelley, song's orient sun, to breast the wave, rose from this couch at morn. Did he brave only the sea, or did man's deed of hell engulf the spark its mist impenetrable? No eye discerned, nor any power might save. And with mist clear thou, Shelley, what dread veil was rent for thee, to whom with far darkling truth ran servant guide through the brief ageless youth? Was the truth thy truth, Shelley? Hush, all hail, past doubt, thou gavest it, and in truth's bright sphere art first of praises, being most praised here. Place de la Bastille, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. How dear the sky has been above this place! Small treasures of the sky that we see here, seen weak through prison bars from year to year. Eyed with a painful prayer upon God's grace to save, and tears which stayed along the face lifted at sunset. Yea, how passing dear those nights when through the bars the wind left clear the heaven, and moonlight soothed the limpid space. So was it, till one night the secret kept safe in a vault and stealthy corridor was blown and broad on gospel tongues of flame. Our ways of God, mysterious evermore, how many on the spot have cursed and wept, that all might stand here now and own thy name. Plighted promise, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. In a soft complexioned sky, fleeting rose and kindly grey, have you seen Aurora fly at the break of day? Summer maiden, summer plighted May, blushing cheek and gleaming eye, lifts a look my way. The inmost leaf is stirred with the heartbeat of a grove. Have you heard a hidden bird cast a note above? Summer lady, summer lovely laugh, echoing Cupid's primordial word, makes a tune whereof. Have you seen at heaven's mid-height, in the moonrake's ebb and flow, Venus leap forth burning white, dial pale and height? Summer bright breast jewel, summer bright, one sweet night, when fear takes flight, shall leap against my sight. Possession, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. There's a cloud above the sunset hill, at whence it makes no stay, for its goal lies beyond the fiery west. A lingering breath no calm can chase away, the onward labour of the wind's last will. A flying foamward overleaps the crest of the top wave, possession still, a further reach of longing. Vowed rest from all the yearning years, ten together in the bosom of the day you cling, and with your kisses drink your tears. Praise and prayer, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Doubt spake no word at me as there I kneeled. Loathing, I could not praise, I could not thank God for the cup of evil that I drank. I dared not cry upon His strength to shield myself from weapons it was bent to wield itself against itself. And so it sank into the furnished phrases smooth and blank, which ye all learned in childhood, and it yielded a barren prayer for life. Voice might mix with hers, that mingled not. Hers was a full-ground burst of music, which a crowned seven must have leaned sideways from their seats to fix on their calm minds. The serf songs fell doubtless when heard again throughout all heaven. Pride of youth, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Even as a child, our soul that we gave for dead, a little in his heart can find. It's not need of thought to his clear mind, the eternity is to die, and his to live. Even silver-winged new love smiles to receive, long as eddying plums the horror wind, nor forfeit coloring casts one look behind, the night drag shrouds the old love fugitive. There's a change in every hour's recall, and the last cowslip in the fields we see, unsamely the first corn poppy. Alas for hourly change, alas for all the loves that from his hand proud youth lets fall, even as the beads of a told rosary. Proserpina, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Afar away the light that brings Cauchy unto this wall, one instant no more admitted at my distant palace door. Afar the flowers of Ina from this dear dire fruit, which taste at once must farm me here. Afar those skies from this Tartarian grey that chills me, and afar, how far away, the nights that should be from the days that were. Afar from mine own self I seem, and wing strange ways in thought, and listen for a sign, and still some heart into some soul doth pine, whose sounds mine inner sense is fain to bring, continually together murmuring, "Who's me for thee, unhappy Proserpine?" Raw lies Cell in the tower, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Here writ was the world's history by his hand, whose steps knew all the earth, albeit his world these few piteous paces then was furled. Here daily, hourly, have his proud feet spent the smaller speck than a receding land, and ever shun his ships. What time he hurled abroad our new-found region spiced and pearled his country's high dominion and command. Here dwelt two spheres, a vast terrestrial zone, a spirit traversed, and that spirit whose itself is zone celestial, round whose birth the planets played within the zodiac's girth, shall hence, through unjust death unfeared, that pass a spirit to the only land unknown. Samuel Taylor Coleridge, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. His soul fared forth, as from the deep home grove the father's songster plies the hour-long quest, to feed his soul brood hungering in the nest, and his warm heart, the mother bird, above their collar fledgling progeny still hoof, with tended roof of wings and fostering breast, till the soul fed the soul brood, richly blessed, from heaven their grove, whose food was human love, and are, like desert poets that show the stars once in long leagues, even such the scarce-snatched hours, which deepening pain left to his lordliest powers, heaven lost through spider-trimmed prison bars, 6 years from 60 saved, yet kindling skies own them, a beacon to her centuries. Secret Parting, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Because our talk was of a cloud control and moontrack of a journeying face of fate, a tremulous kisses forded at love's gate, and her eyes streamed against the distant goal, but soon, remembering how brief a hold of joy which its own hours annihilate, her sad gaze gathered first even of late, and as she kissed her mouth became her soul. Whence and what ways we wandered, to strove to build the fire-tried vows of piteous home, with memory haunts and whither sleep may roam. They only know for whom the roof of love is the still-seated secret of a grove, no spirit may rise, nor bell be heard therefrom. Shakespeare, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Dear friend, if there be any bond which friendship wins not much beyond, so old and fond, since thought began, it may be that whose supple span bind Shakespeare to an Englishman. Silent Noon, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Your hands still open in the long fresh grass, finger points look through like rosy globes. Your eyes smile peace, the pasture gleams and glooms, leave billowing skies that scatter in the mass. All round your nest, far as your eye can pass, a golden kingcup fields with silver edge, where the cow parsley skirts the half-worn hedge. 'Tis visible silence, still as the hourglass. Deep in the sun-searched groves, the dragonfly hangs like a blue thread loosened from the sky. So this winged hour is dropped to us from above, or clasped to our hearts for deathless dower, this close companion, the inarticulate hour when twofold silence was a song of love. Song and Music, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Or leave your hand where it lies cool upon the eyes whose lids are hot, as the rosy shade is bountiful of silence, a sange fought. Or lay your lips against your hand, let me feel your breath through it, while through the sense your song shall fit the soul to understand. Music lives upon my brain, between your hands within mine eyes. It stirs your lifted throat like pain, an aching pulse of melodies. Lean near, let the music pause. The soul may better understand your music, shadowed in your hand, nor the song withdraws. Soul's Beauty, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Under the arc of life, the love and death, terror and mystery, guard her shrine, I saw beauty enthroned. Of our gaze struck awe, I drew it in as simply as my breath. Hers are the eyes which, over and beneath, the sky and sea bend on we, which can draw by sea or sky a woman to one law, the allotted bondman of her palm and wreath. This is that Lady Beauty in whose praise the voice and hand shake still, long known to thee by flying hair and fluttering hem, the beat following her daily with her heart and feet, how passionately and irretrievably, in what fond flight, how many ways and days. Stillborn Love, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The hour which might have been, yet might not be, which man's and woman's heart conceived and bore, yet war of life was barren, on what shore bites at the breaking of time's very sea, bond-shilled of all consummate joys set free, its sun Versailles and serfs mute before the house of love, hears through the echoing door is our select and call constancy. And lo, what wedded souls now hand in hand, together tread as last the immortal strand, of eyes the burning memory lights love home. Now how the little outcast hour has turned, and leaped to them, and in their faces yearned, I am your child, O parents, ye have come. Sudden Light, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I have been here before, but when or how I cannot tell, and of a grass beyond the door, a sweet keen smell, a sighing sound that lights around the shore. You have been mine before, how long ago I may not know, but just when it will swan or soar, your neck turned so, some veil did fall, I knew it all of you. Has this been thus before, and shall not thus time's eddying flight still for life so love restore, and death's despite, and day and night yield one delight once more? Sunset Wings, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Tonight the sunset spreads the golden wings, cleaving the western sky. Winged too with wind it is, and winter wings of birds, so the days last o'er in rings of strenuous flight must die. Sun stepped on fire, we homeward pinions sway above the dove-cote tops, and clouds of starlings of a rest of day sing clamours like mill waters at will play by turns in every copse. Each tree heart deep the wrangling root receives, save for within, you could not tell the starlings from the leaves. And one great puff of wings, and the swarm heaves away with all its din. Even thus hope's hours, an ever-eddying flight, to many a refuge tend. With the first light she laughed, and the last light glows around her still, when nameless in the night at length must make an end. And now the mustering rocks in number rage together sail and soar, for the day's death, like a tolling knell, unto the heart they seem to cry, farewell, no more. As hope not plumbed as the fiery dart, now for dying day, even as the ghost, must she too depart, and so fold such pinions on the heart as will not fly away? Supreme Surrender by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. To all the spirits of love that wander by along his love-sown harvest field of sleep, and there lies apparent, where deep calls to the deep, now man sees but I. A bliss so long afar, at length so nigh, rests there attained. Methinks proud love must weep, and fate's control, that from his harvest reap the sacred hour, for which the years did sigh. First touched, the hand warm around my neck, fond memory long to mock desire. Lo, across my breast, the bended hair doth flow, the one shorn tress long stirred the longing ache. Next the heart that trembled for its sake, lest the queen heart and sovereign overthrow. The Ballad of Dead Ladies by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Tell me now in what hidden ways lay the floor of a lovely Roman, the Hipparchia west highs, neither of them the fair woman. As echo beheld of no man, only heard on river and mere, she whose beauty was more than human, and where the swans of yesteryear? Where's Hilosier, the learned nun, for whose sake Abella, I ween, lost manhood and put priesthood on? Lovely ones such a dull and teen, and where, I pray you, is the queen, who with burden should steer, sweet in sex mouth down the Seine, but where the snows of yesteryear? White Queen Blanche, like a queen of lilies, with voice like any mermaiden, bare for bradful Beatrice Alice, and Emigrate the Lady of Maine, and that good Joan, whom Englishmen had Rhone doomed and burnt her there. Mother of God, where are they then, and where the snows of yesteryear? Nay, never ask, speak, fair Lord, where we are gone, nor yet this year, except this from onward, but where the snows of yesteryear? The Birth Bond by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Have you not known in some family where to the born of the first in marriage bed, or still they own the gracious bond, or fed and nursed on forgotten breast and knee, or that their father's children they should be and act and formed of one good will, but each shall for the other have in silent speech and in a word complete community? Even so when first I saw you, seemed it love, that amongst thoughts a line to mine was yet, when ye are kindred when life hinted of. Or born with me somewhere that men forget, and though in years of sight and sound unmet, known for my soul's birth partner well enough. The Choice by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Think thou and act, tomorrow thou shalt die, outstretched in the sun's warmth upon the shore thou say'st, man's measured path is all gone o'er, up all his years, steeply with strain and sigh, man clomb until he touched the truth, and I, even I, am he whom it was destined for. How shall this be? Art thou then so much more than they who sowed, that thou shouldst reap thereby? I come up hither from this wave-washed mount to the furthest flood-brim, look with me, and reach on with thy fort till it be drowned. Miles and miles distant though the last line be, and though thy soul sail leagues and leagues beyond, still leagues beyond those leagues there is more sea. The English Revolution of 1848, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. How ye with nothing have to lose, how roused ye one and all, come from the sings of a new cut the pearls of Vauxhall. Did ye not hear the mighty sound boom, by ye as it went, the 7 dials strike the hour of man's enfranchisement? How your eyes, my gallant pals, and swing your heavy staves. Remember, kings and queens being out to great cards with the knaves. And the pack's hours of Venet for the slapping pace, shall the tens be trodden down to 5, the 5s kicked down to ace. It was but yesterday the Times and Post and Telegraph told how from France King Louis was shaken out like chaff. Tomorrow, boys, the National, the Sicily and the debates shall have to tell the safe-same tale of la Reine Victoria. What, shall our incomes we've not got be taxed by punny John? Shall the policeman keep time back by bidding us move on? Should we too follow in the steps of that poor sneak contrain? Should it be said, they come, they saw, and bowed back again? Not so, albeit great men have been among us and are flawed, Frost, Williams, Jones, and other ones who now reside abroad. Among the master spirits of the age there still are those who'll pick up fame, even though when smelt it makes men hold the nose. What ho there, clear the way, make room for him, the fly and wise, I wrote a mystic grim about London's miseries, for him who takes a proud delight to wall on our kennels, for Mr. ABCDEFGMW Reynolds. Come hoist him up, his pockets will afford convenient hoe to grab him by, and if inside the silver is the gold, and should be found sticking to her hands, and were drawn out, why 'twere chance not fair to say ill-natured things about. Silence, here, he says, that he the sovereign people we, and now he states the fact that one and one make three. Now makes casual mentioning of certain miscellany. He says that he's an editor. He says it costs a penny. O thou great spirit of the world, shall not the lofty things he saith be born unto all time for noble lessenings? Shall not our sons tell to their sons what he could do and dare in this the great year 48 in Trafalgar Square? Swathed in full wood, yon column stood mid London's 1,000 marts, and the wine committed mean grinned as they drank the arts. And our good flint stones have bowed down each poster hidden broad, and from the hoarded malice our strong hands have stripped the hoard. Yon column is a prouder thing than Caesar's trimarch. It shall be called the column of the glorious days of March, and stone mansions apprentices shall grow rich men wherewith, by contract chisellings the names of Jones and Brown and Smith. Upon what point of London, say, shall our next vengeance burst? Shall the Exchange or Parliament be immolated first? Which of the squares shall they burn down? Which of the palaces? The speaker is nailed by a policeman. Oh, please, sir, don't. It isn't me, it's him. Oh, don't, sir, please. The Heart of a Knight, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. From child to youth, from youth to ardorous man, from lethargy to fever of the heart, from faithful life to dreamed our days depart, from trust to doubt, from doubt to brink of ban. Thus much of change in one swift cycle run till now, alas the soul, how soon must she accept her primal mortality, and flesh resume its dust whence it began? O Lord of work and peace, O Lord of life, O Lord, the awful Lord of will, thou late even yet renew the soul with duteous breath, and in the pieces garnered in from strife, work contrived, the will regenerate, the soul may see thy face, O Lord of death. The Hill Summit, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. This feast day of the sun his altar there, and broad west is blazed for whisper sound, and have loitered in the vale too long, and gazed no a belated worshipper. May I not forget that I was aware to journeying of his face and turrets transfigured a fringed horizon falls, a fiery bush with cascade hair, and over the have climbed and won his height, I must streak downward through sloping shape and travel the bewildering tracks till night. Yet for this hour I still may here be stayed, and see the gold air and the silver fade, and the last bird fly into the last light. A honeysuckle, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. I plucked a honeysuckle where, wedged on high quick the thorn, and climbing for the prize was torn, and fooled my feet in quick water. And by the thorns and by the wind, the blossom that I took was thinned, yet I found it sweet and fair. Whence the richer growth I came, where nursed the mellow intercourse, the honeysuckle sprang by source, not harried like my single stem, or virgin lamps of Scandan dew. So from my hand that first I threw, it plucked not any more of them. The Kiss, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What smouldering senses and death's sick delay, or Caesar of malign vicissitude, can rob his body of honour, or denude the sound of wedding raiment worn today? For though even now my lady's lips display with these my lips such constant interlude, as laurel Orpheus longed for when he wooed the half-drawn hungering face with that last lay, there was a child beneath the touch, a man when breast to breast we clung, even I and she, a spirit when a spirit looked through me, God when all our life breath met to fend on life blood, till last emulous ardors ran of fire with fire, desire and deity. The Landmark, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Was that the landmark? What the foolish well whose wave flowed down, and did not stop to drink, but sat and flung the pebbles from its brink, and swore to send its images skies pell-mell, and mine own image had I noted well. Was that my point of turning? I had fought the stations of my course shall rise unsought as altar stone or ensigns to tell. Glow of a path mist, I must go back, and first to drink, when next I reach the spring which once I stained, which since may have grown back. It won't no light be left, no bird nor sing, as here I turn, I thank God, hastening, and the same goal is still on the same track. The Love Letter by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Warmed by her hand and shadowed by her hair, as close she leaned and poured her heart for we, wove the articulate throbs accompany the smooth black stream that makes their whiteness fair. Sweet fluttering sheet, even of her breath aware, on it by silent song disclosed to me that sound wherewith her lips and eyes agree, like marriage music and love's answering air. Fain had I watched her when, at some fond thought, her bosom to the writing closely oppressed, and her breast's secrets peered into her breast. When through eyes raised an instant, her soul sought my soul, and from the sudden confluence caught the words that made her love the loveliest. The Lover's Walk by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Sweet twinning hedgehog flowers, wind stirred in a wise sunless June day, and hand with clenched in hands, still glades, and meeting faces scarcely fent, an osier that stream that draws the skies deep to its heart, and mirrored eyes in eyes. Fresh only wonder of a summer land of light and cloud, and two souls softly spanned with one o'er-reaching heaven of smiles and sighs. Even such the path whose bodies lean unto each other's visible sweetness amorously. With passionate hearts lean my love's high decree together on his heart forever true, as the cloud-forming firmamental blue rests on the blue line of a foamless sea. The One Hope by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. When vain desire at last and vain regret go hand in hand to death, and all is vain, or shall assuage the unforgotten pain and teach the unforgetful to forget? Shall peace be still a sunk stream long unmet, or may we soul at once in the green plain stop with spray of some sweet life fountain, and call the dew-drenched flowering amulet? And when the one soul in that golden air between the scripted petals softly blown pierce breathless for the gift of grace unknown, I'll let none other alien spell soever, but only the one hope's one name be there, not less nor more, but even that word alone. The Passover in the Holy Family by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Here meet together the prefiguring day and day prefigured. Eating thou shalt stand, feet short, loins girt, by road staff in thine hand, with blood-stained door and lintel, did God say by Moses' mouth in ages past away. And now that the poor household doth comprise at partial feast, to kindred families, love with slain lamb confronts the lamb to slay. The pillar is pilled, what agony's crown attained, what shadow of death the boy's fair brow subdues, holds the blood with the pork stain the salary of a priest. John binds the shoes, he deemed himself not worthy to unloose, and Mary culls the bitter herbs ordained. The Portrait by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. O Lord of all compassionate control, O love, let this my lady's picture glow under my hand to praise her name, and show even of her inner self a perfect whole. Where you seeks the beauty's furthest goal, beyond the light that the sweet glances throw, and refluent wave of a sweet smile, may know the very sky and sea line of her soul. Lo, it is done. Of your frowning throat, the mouth's mouth testifies a voice and kiss, the shadowed eyes remember and foresee. Her face is made her shrine, and all men note that in all years, O love, the gift is this. They that would look on her must come to me. The Sea Limits by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Consider the sea's listless chim, time's self it is, made audible, the murmur of her earth's own shell, seagull continuance sublime in the sea's end. Our sight may pass no furlong further, since time was the sound hath told the lapse of time. Now quiet, which in depths it hath the mournfulness of ancient life, enduring always it doth strive. As the world's heart of rest and wrath, its painful pulses in the sands, last utterly the whole sky stands, grey and not known, along its path. The Seed of David, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Christ sprang from David's shepherd, and even so from David king, being born on high and low. The shepherd lays his crook, the king his crown, he at Christ's feet, and high and low bow down. The Song Throw by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. By wine on tears, by song must tears beget, O singer. Magic mirror, thou hast none except thy manifest heart, and save thine own anguish or ardor, else no amulet. The stern and pride, birth fevered yet of soulless air-flung fountains, nigh more dry than the dead sea, her throats at first and sigh, but song of which no singer's lids grew wet. The song-god, he the sun-god, is no slave of wine, the hunter he, who for thy soul fledges the shaft, to no august control of thy skilled hand his quivered store he gave. But if thy lips, loud cry leaped to his smart, inspired recoil should pierce the brother's heart. The Soul's Fear by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Some prisoned moon in steep cloud fastness, thrown green and red, some dying sun whose pyre blazed with momentous memorable fire, who have not yearned and fed his heart with ease, who sleepless have not anguish to appease, tragical shadows a realm of sound and sigh, conjunctured in the lamentable night. Love is Soul's fear of infinite images, with sense shall count them, vivid forecast where rose-winged owls that flutter in the ven of love's unquestioning, unrevealing span, visions of golden futures, of at last that pageant of the uncumulated past that clangs and flashes of a drowning man. The Staircase of Notre Dame, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, is the one who, groping in a narrow stair, hath a strong sound of bells upon his ears, which, being at a distance off, appears quite close to him because of the pent air. So with his France, she stumbles fill and square, darkling and without space for breath. Each one who hears the thunder says, it shall end and begin among her ranks to scatter her. This may be, and it may be that the storm is spent in rain upon the unscathed seas, a waste of a country's earth to die, till she, having climbed always through the swarm of darkness and of hurtling sound, when we shall step forth on the light in the still sky. The Trees of a Garden by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. You have passed death's haggard hills, ye, whom trees that knew your sires shall cease to know and still stands still. Is it all a show, a wisp that laughs upon the wall, decree of some inexorable supremacy which ever, as man strains his blind surmise, and death to ominous death looks past his eyes, sphinx-faced with unabashed augury? Nay, rather question the earth's self, and evoke the storm-filled forest trees, moss-grown today, whose roots are hillocks where the children play. Or as the silver sapling, 'neath wood yoke with stars, his spare crown's clustering gems, shall wage the journeys till then his bows shrink with age. The Turning Point by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. At length I sickened, standing in the sun, truthful and for the truth, whose only feast are madness and sharp death. Bowed my knees and said, as long the world's years have run, these actions have been said and these things done, at which at mine abasement is for ease. They say, go to, all this is as we please. Shall we, being many, step aside for one? Thus it is that though the air be new, and my brow finds the coolness it hath sought through the slow, stricken night, that it curse weighs on my soul of what I waken to. For though I love a price, this must be bought. Thou fool, wouldst buy for man what God confers? The World's Doing by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. One scarecrowed fingered we can be the same who used those first childish Junes to creep with held breath through the underwood, leap outside into the sun. And this mine aim took me unto itself, the joy which came into my eyes at once is hushed and deep. Nor even the soul moans, but falls asleep and has ill dreams. For you, your very name seems altered in mine ears, and cannot send heat from my heart, as in those days afar wherein we lived indeed with a real life. Yet why should we feel shame, my dear sweet friend? Are we most honoured who without a scar pace forth, all trim and fresh, from the splashed strife? There is a poor sneak called Rossetti by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. There is a poor sneak called Rossetti, as a painter of many kicks met he, with more as a man, but sometimes he ran, that saved the rear of Rossetti. Thomas Chatterton by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. With Shakespeare's manhood at the boy's wild heart, through Hamlet's dope to Shakespeare near light, again to Milton and through a Satan's pride, at death's so door he stopped, and craved the dart, to the dear new bow of England's art, even to the trine time else had defeat, the unuttered heart that sought against his sight, drove a fell point and smote life's seals apart. Where nested home loves, noble Chatterton, the angel-trodden stairway soul could trace, up Radcliffe's spire, and a world's armed space, where gallant sword-play, these too many in one are sweet forever, as their grave unknown, and laughing of thine unrecorded face. Through Death to Love, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Like labour-laden moon-clouds faint to flee from winds that sweep the winter-bitten world, like multiform circumfluence manifold of night's flood-tide, like terrors that degree of hoist-hung fire and inarticulate sea, even such, when some glass dimmed by our breath, hearts discern wild images of death, shadows and shoals that edge eternity. Howbeit up for death's imminent shade to soar one power, when flow of stream or flight of dove is sweet to glide around to brood above. Tell me, my heart, what ancient greeted door, or threshold of wing-winnowed threshing floor, hath guessed fire-fledged as wine, whose lord is love? To Marian Summer by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Lay your head here, Mary, lay your head here. Have the blown grass, Mary, with timid voice and very, sings in your ear. The grass which round us, Mary, shuts like a nest, but your dear limbs, dear Mary, lighter than limbs of fairy, daintily pressed. Back with it, although, Mary, back on the side. Wind comes this way, Mary, and here the trees are airy and the skies are white. What do your eyes fear, Mary, so grave and soft? I love to see them, Mary, in whimsical agony lifted aloft. Mary, 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 laugh in my face. You know, no, my own Mary, no eyes can laugh so rarely or grant such grace. Your cheek is pale now, Mary, and red by turns. Why should the hand be chary of that to give which, Mary, the heart so yearns? Give me your hand, ah, Mary, give me your hand. In city or in prairie, there's none kinder, Mary, from land to land. Your lips to my lips, Mary, your lips to mine, high up in Hebe's dairy, no milk so sweet, my Mary, on earth no wine. Lay your head here, Mary, lay your head here, and my heart now, Mary, the pleasant tune the very beats in your ear. Transfigured Life by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. As growth of form or momentary glance in a child's features will recall to mind the father's with the mother's face combined. Sweet interchange that memory still enhance, and yet as childhood's years and youth's advance, their gradual mouldings leave one stamp behind, then with the blended likeness now we find, a separate man's the woman's contenance. So in the song, where singers joy and pain, its very parents evermore expand with the passion's full-grown birth remain, by art's transfiguring essence subtly spent. And from that song cloud shaped as a man's hand, there comes a sound as of abundant rain. 'Twas thus, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. 'Twas thus is, and thus shall be, the beautiful, the good, still mirrored to the human soul its own intensitude. Untimely lost Oliver Maddox Brown, born 1855, who died 1874, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Upon the landscape of his coming life, a youth high gifted gazed, and found it fair. The heights of work, the floods of praise were there. What friendships, what desires, what love, what wife, all things to come. The faint springtime was rife with imminent solstice, and the ardent air had summer sweets and autumn fires to bear. Heart's ease, full pulse of perfect strength for strife. A mist has arisen, we see the youth no more. Does he see on and strive on, and may we, lay tottering world-worn hence, find his to be the young strong hand which helped us up that shore, or echoing the no more with nevermore, must night be ours and his, we hope, and he? Vain virtues, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What is the sorriest thing that enters hell? None of the sins, or this and that fair deed, which a soul's sin at length conserved seek. These yet are virgins, whom death's timely knell might once have sainted, whom the fiends compelled together now, in snake-bound shuddering sheaths of anguish, are the pit's pollution leaves, where refuse maidenhood abominable. Night sucks them down, the tribute of the pet whose names have entered in the book of life, the gods desire at noon. And as the hair and eye sink last, the torture deigns no wit to gaze, but yearning waits his destined wife, the sins that live on earth that send them there. Valentine, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Yesterday was Saint Valentine. Thought you at all, the dove divine, from the beard and soy trim, and rueful contenance of him that erst was your Valentine? He doubted, you know, as usual, the stick would slip, the brush would fall, yet doubted he till the lamplight I set was too seedy flames astir. But growled all day at slow St. Paul, and Bob was heard at noon. The dun was at the door by half past one, at least as thought so, at the clock, not Lizzie there to help it stroke work before the day begun. At length he saw St. Paul's bright orb flash back, with their tide absorbed, the burning west which is sucked up like wine poured on a water cup. And one more trilic tone as though. Sometime over the fire he sat, so lonely that he missed his cat. Then wildly rushing to dine on tick, 9 minutes swearing for his stick, and 13 minutes for his hat. And now the day is gone, once more that intellectual one desists from high-minded pursuits, hungry staring at his boots, has not the strength to pull them on. Come back, dear Lizzie, and looking wise in that arm-chair which suits your size, through some fresh drawing scrape a hole. Your Valentine and awesome soul is self-vows to friendly eyes. Vox Ecclesiae Vox Christi, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Not 'neath the altar only, yet, in sooth, where more than elsewhere is the cry, how long? The right zone, where half still born fruit and wrong wax fourfold. Whence and hate of truth are weapons blessed for carnage, to fierce youth from evil age, to word her fist along. Ye are the Lord's, go forth, destroy, be strong. Christ's church absolve you from Christ's love roof. Wherefore the wine cup at the altar is as Christ's some blood indeed, and as the blood of Christ's elect, diverse seasons spilled on the altar stone, where to man's church, the which shall prove a stone of stumbling, whence it stood to be rent up, ere the true church be built. Wellington's Funeral by Dante Gabriel Rossetti, 18th November 1852. Victory. So once more the cry must be, due to his mourning we fulfill in God's name, but by God's will doubt not, the last word is still victory. Funeral, and the music around this pale, solemn grief yields earth to earth, and the tones of solemn mirth from the pageant of new birth arise and fall. For indeed, if our eyes were opened, who shall say what his court floats here, which brief nor gleam denotes, fiery horses, chariots, fire-footed? Trumpeter, even thy call he may not hear, long known voice for ever past, till with one more trumpet blast, God's assuring word at last reach his ear. Multitude, hold your breath in reverent mood, for while earth's whole kindred stand, mute even thus on either hand, the soul's labour shall be scanned and found good. Children, lift ye not even now your hymn? Lo once lent for human leg, Michael's sword is rendered back. Thrill not now the starry track, saith him. Gabriel, since the gift of thine, all hail, out of heaven not time hath brought, give the fuller blessing fraught, and the peace which a man wrought passing well. Be no word raised of bloodshed cries abhorred, say, 'twas thus in his decrees, who himself, the Prince of Peace, for his harvest high increase, sent a sword. Veterans, he by whom the neck of France, and was given unto your heel, timely sword, may lend as well to your sons' terrible contenance. Waterloo, as the last grave must renew a fresh death, the banshee strain, so methinks upon thy plain falls some presage in the rain, in the dew. And O thou, watching with an exhaled brow, unappeased, or death's dumb flood, lo, the saving strength of God in some new heart's English blood slumbers now. Emperor, is this all the work was for? Thus to see thy self-sought aim, yea thy titles, yea thy name, in another's shame, to shame and bandy at hour? The great work is but begun, with quick seed his end is rife, whose long tale of conquering strife shows not triumph like his life, lost and won. Without her, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. What if the glass without her, the blank grey, where the pool is blind of the moon's face? Addressed without her, the tossed empty space of cloud wreck whence the moon has passed away? A path without her, day's appointed sway, usurped by desolate night. A pillar place without her, tears on me, for love's good grace, and cold forgetfulness of night or day. What of a heart without her? Nay, poor heart, of thee what word remains, a speech be still? And with her by barren ways and chill, steep ways and vale, without her thou art, with the long cloud, the long wood's counterpart, sheds double darkness of the labouring hill. Youth and Lordship, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. My young lord's the lover of earth and sky above, of youth's sway and youth's play, of songs and flowers and love. Yet for love's desire green youth lacks the daring, while one dream of fire all his hours ensnaring, burns the boy past bearing, the dream that girls inspire. My young lord's the lover of every burning thought, that love's will, that love's skill within his breast has wrought. Lovely girl, look on him, soft as music's measure, yield him when you've won him, joys and toys at pleasure. But to win your treasure, softly look upon him. My young lord's the lover of every tender grace that woman to woman can wear in form of face. Take him to your bosom now, girl, or never. Let not your new blossom of sweet kisses sever, only guard for ever your boast within your bosom. My young lord's the love of every secret thing, love hidden, love bidden, the stay to banqueting. Lovely girl with wanting, never tempt tomorrow, from all shapes enchanting any joy can bower, still the spectre sorrow rises up for haunting. And now my lord's the lover of so many a sweet, of roses, of spouses, as many as love may greet. Youth's Spring Tribute, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. On this sweet bank your head thrice sweet and dear lay, and spread your hair on either side, and see the newborn woodflowers' bashful eyes look through the golden tresses here and there. On these debatable borders of a year, spring's foot her foretaste, scarce she yet may know the leafless black fawn blossom from the snow. And through her boughs the wind's way still is clear, but April's sun strikes down the glades today. So shut your eyes upturned and feel my kiss, creep as the spring now thrills through every spray, up your warm throat to your warm lips. For this is even the hour of love's one sweet service, with whom cold hearts are counted cast away.